Hello, people. How are we all doing tonight? First, a little bit of apology from me. Not been many videos out this week. I've been mentally preparing myself for next week. Next week is the start of Dad looking after son duty. Because my missus go back to work, so it's gone so quickly. Evening, Daniel. Evening, Mike. Evening, Ashley. Evening, Tom. And thanks for that, Mike. I much appreciate it, mate. Yeah, back's doing better today. Let's do a mental health check-in with you all. See how we all are. See how the community's doing. But big weekend this. And it's a big week as well when you think about it. Because it's the first of a 3-game week. In a sense, a 2-game week, but 3-game week, you count this one. Where it's a Tuesday, I think it's Wednesday, Saturday, or Tuesday, Saturday games. And it's a huge week for that. For Tom, I hope we can improve that a little bit more, mate. Ian and John, how you doing, mate? I hope you're well. But the whole situation at the moment with Wednesday, where, I won't lie, I've seen a lot of the doom and gloom this week. A lot of it been very negative, and I get it. I understand why. We're in a really not great position. And as John said in the past, he does save us a little bit from getting what we had last season to this season. I do get it. 7 for Daniel. That's awesome. And I do understand it. I get it. It's been a weird one because I can see both sides of everything. Right? I can see both sides of everything coming out of it. Good evening, 5 or 7, depending on my hip. My back, hip, play ball. And it all depends if you got little one to sleep as well. If they have, kind of thing, then great. Yeah. Mine all depends on my hip and my back, playing ball, like you know. Solid 9 was a 2 on Monday. How time can change. That's brilliant. I like that. Gone up to 9. Something changed then. I was a 6 at 4:59. Then at 5, it went up to an 8. That's because you clocked off at work, mate. We all know why that has suddenly became a 8. You have no more work for the weekend. You were ready to go shout on the Blues for the rest of the weekend. But yeah, it's an interesting one at the minute with Wednesday because we are in that position where fans are writing us off again because of the not great start. But there's still 40 games to go. But I do understand where people have got to realise that it's a full squad of players. It's going to take time. Time and patience is something that football fans don't have in their vocabulary. We have to be careful with that. Baby is down. Biggin is still being a pain in the bum. Oh, brilliant. That's not what we want. Not good at all after the conversation we had as well. I should say she was going to be good as well. Oh, well. That went out one ear and out the other. But yeah. The thing is, this game at the West Brom could go either way. We keep getting a lot of high praise from opposition managers who keep saying they're a very strong team, they're very good, we've got to be careful about them. And this is the thing that gets me, where I think most managers will come out and say nice things about their opposition, but at the same time, I think they'll turn around and actually be quite honest with how it is. I think if you actually look at data points, and before anyone goes with the, oh, but games are not played with data and paper. No, they're not. They're played on the pitch, on grass and stuff. But the thing is, Ian in Dannington, how you well, mate? The thing is, if you actually look at the data is pushing that we're actually going in the right direction. It's just not going on all fronts yet, i.e. taking those chances and scoring. And we need to see more of that. Ian and Glenn, I hope you're well, mate. I'm not too bad, mate. Busy week. Not on the channel, but busy personally wise, the kind of thing. Getting used to the flow of next week. Because next week, everything gets flipped upside down, changed completely. Because I'm back to having not as much time I had during the day, but I still have enough time to get these done. But you'll get a lot more videos that are done off the old iPhone and not in the studio. next week because everything changes. Our missus is going back to work. 21 people watching, 12 likes. Get those likes up, people. I much appreciate it. But we do have this thing where we got to be very careful with how in on the players we go and how we go with all that, because we have to be careful. We have to be careful with it, because at the end of the day, we need to be in the right place for it. EAFC 25 is out. Yep, it came out today, mate. I played it last Friday because I paid the stupid amount extra to get it a couple of days early. I'm really enjoying it, actually. Some of the ratings on it are very, very good. Ian and Barry, how you doing, mate? I'm not too bad. How are you? It went okay, the debrief, mate. It went okay. Last week was a bit weird anyway because I didn't do a roundup last week. Was it last week I didn't do it? Oh, I think it was last week. Last week I didn't do a roundup. I didn't feel great. So there was no roundup last week because I was feeling rubbish. Hunter was feeling rubbish. I wasn't great yesterday. Yesterday I was mainly in and around bed in the morning because my back was just completely gone. So it didn't do great. The annoying thing with seizures is that it affects everything, and when it affects your back, that just wipes you out completely. But weekend game will be interesting. We have to try and stop Madger. Gotta try and stop Madger. I'm looking forward to Undefeated. That looks really good, doesn't it? I saw the review on Luton game. You didn't look. I wasn't best pleased because I was annoyed with how it was. I got annoyed with the referee, mate. I got really annoyed with the referee. It did my head in. And the thing is, as someone said in one of the things today, or it was yesterday, the refs, they can't turn around and say that it wasn't a red. And I can kind of see why it's been given, why it's not been given all at the same time. But I don't want to go into it. There's no point talking about the refs anymore. It's been, it's done. We have to take the punishment. We lose this for one game. We appealed it. We lost it. We move on. And that's annoying. It's a shame it happened, but it happens. I'm good, mate. I'm still chill on our position. Wouldn't surprise me if we win tomorrow, to be honest. It'd be nice. A win would do their confidence good. It'd be good to start with the week. A game we got with a win. It would be good. Back pain. I said, cheers, Dannington. Yeah, it's not the best thing. Sorry to say something. Yes. Well, we do have to make our own luck. But the thing is, we have to make our own luck, and we haven't had that luck and made our own luck yet. The time where we've made our own luck, we've always had the situation where it come back and bit us in the arse anyway. Like, we haven't had a penalty. Come West Brom, we haven't had a penalty in 500 days. When we've had plenty of calls for a penalty. There's a reason our players don't go surrounding the players. No, I think Danny said on the press conference that Bernard is only out for one game. I'm pretty sure he said it was one game. They're not killers. Oh, fuck off. If we're going to have this attitude, I ain't going to stream. I'm going to fuck off. They're not killers. They're really not killers. How are they killers? Everyone got the same amount of games this week. Like, everyone, Glenn. They're not killers. How can they be killers? Like, generally, how can they be killers? We are literally in the position we are in because of it. Now, it happens. We have to get on with it. At the end of the day, we can't keep having this thing where we go into every fucking stream, every fucking live stream, every video. Oh, we're down, we're down, we're going down, we're going down. What's the fucking point? We might as well send a note to the EFL saying we forfeit every 40 game for the rest of the season, relegate us. We're not going to do that, are we? And we stayed up last season. Everyone was had us down. I had us down. And we stayed up. We have to have a bit more belief, because if we keep going with this negative attitude, it could have gone to the pitch. And then the players will feel it. And then everyone will feel it. Calm it. No need. There is no need to be thinking it's killers when it's not. I don't think it is a free game ban, mate. I think it's just this weekend game. I literally think it's only this week game. That's what Dannington said. Mate, you think it's hard? Try talking about this, where other people can switch off and not do it. Try having to talk about it on the internet, where you don't have to hide behind your words or your username and you put your face out there. Try it that way. You try having to do a review after you've been battered. It's difficult, mate. It's very difficult. Like, generally, it's really difficult to just get up and get the motivation to go. There were a lot of times last season I was like, I don't want to talk about this game. I think I read it's only 3 games if it's foul play, for example. Yeah, I generally think he's only missing the Bristol game. Let me check Twitter. Joe Crono now. Strangely enough, the Oinkers haven't really played anyone yet. Maybe Norwich. The Pigs are looking good, to be fair, and I don't like saying that. They look very good this season. But then again, you wouldn't. Why would they not do? It is literally. It's Danny Will. It's not Danny. It's Chris Wilder. He's very good. He's very, very good at this league, and people won't like me saying that, but at this level, he's very good. I think we'll be decent. I think we'll be decent tomorrow. Danny said it was one. I always say things to offend you. No, it's not. It's not that you offend me, mate. It's just that you come in with the negative attitude. There you go. 1 game ban. There we go. It's the negative thing and going, oh, it's over. You huddled down at Christmas last season. And I was saying, there's still time. There's still plenty of games left, Glenn. It's not about being offended. It's about having a positive attitude a little bit, even when you don't think there is. There's still 40 games left to play. 40 games left to play. That's what there is. And this is the thing. We'll see what happens. All right. I think West Brom will have yours tomorrow. I'm saying it's gonna be interesting tomorrow, Mark. It's gonna be interesting tomorrow. They did. To be fair, Plymouth did really well with it. Can't help it. I know you can't help how you feel, Glenn, but at the same time, mate, everyone's entitled to opinion, and we respect it. But it's every week you come on. But every week you come on, and there's a downer, there's a downer, there's a downer. And we've had it before where we've had lots of positivity going in the chat, and then you come in with something like, well, Danny's got to go, he's rubbish. When we've had positive. Try and find a positive out of the negative. Not everything is negative, negative, negative in life. I could quite literally sit in that chair and wallow about my seizures every day. I don't. I crack on with it because I've got to get on with it. I don't have a choice. Try and get a bit of positivity, mate. Look at last season. When Danny came in last season, we were 13 points adrift and everyone huddled down. Everyone huddled down. And what happened? We managed to stay up. Now, some people will say we fluked it. They could say we fluked it, but I think we worked hard for it. You have to be up there with it. You have to be up there in that. There's a chance. Before a game, there's a chance. There's always a chance. People were saying West Brom in April had no chance, and look what happened. Yep. Don't mean anything. It could be worse. Yeah, it could be a lot worse. Also, Glenn, just before we go into, and I'm not trying to have a go at you. We had these debates all the time, Glenn. It's what we do. I hope your mum's well and your partner's well. For me, Pato start tomorrow. Need to bully type of player tomorrow. He fits the bill. I think Pato played last week instead of Smith. We might have good. True. All right. I thought if a club appeals a red card, it was like, no. I think it's only one. Like he said, kind of thing. It's only one match. If it's a straight red and you think it's wrong, once you appealed it, can sometimes be 4 games instead of 3. Yeah, and last season you finished 3.5 Sunderland. And we know No, we play shit. Yeah, exactly, Mark. Always stay positive, even if you need to dust off the life is better that way. Yeah, it's true. Appreciate how much you put into. Oh no, mate, I understand it and I appreciate that, but just try and find a bit of positivity. Don't let football ruin your weekend, kind of thing. Don't let it. You've got family, you've got health, you've got your kids. Find the proper bit that can take it away. Now, yeah, I'll get peed off, and our missus in the chat, and she'll say I'll get annoyed after a game, but after a while it goes, it subsides. That's why we have the debrief. Why we actually do it on a Monday now, more than anything, because it gives us all time to calm down. I think if I did used to go back to doing how I used to do them, like after a game, I think I'd be still too angry. I think you need that time to think. Glenn, if we were 20 to 25 games in season, I'd be worried. But early into season, anyone, I mean, it can beat anyone. Panic after Christmas if we're still down. Yeah. Like Mike said, that's a really, really good way of thinking about it. If we're still around there near Christmas, as Josh Windass said, call me a clown. That's what Josh Windass said. If we're around there, you can call me a clown. He was very honest about it. The players don't seem to have given up at all. They're still going for it. You look at the XG. The XG, we're in 8th place in goals and chances made. And that's the thing. That is the key there. We're creating chances. If we weren't making any chances, I'd be really worried. True, mate. I feel for you, man. Hey, don't worry about it, mate. Just find the positives. Who will come in for Bernard? Heard Big Don is way back. Big Don, I offer is close to being back by sounds that he did train, but we'll see. He did say it'll be interesting. So I'm guessing if Akin and Nick are back for tomorrow, I'd dish it for either. Possibly. As Sunderland Fire, respect for what you do for Wednesday fans on YouTube. Cheers, Matt. Much appreciate it. You're having a flyer of the season. I don't think any of you lot thought you'd be up there this season, considering how long it took you to get managing. But you've done well with the players they've brought in. And is it this week you just got in Aaron Connolly as well, which is a fantastic free agent. Does Ingleson get in the team? I think if ball quality need to be there. I think Ingleson's one of those ones that's going to take a bit of time. He's going to be a bit like Valentine, where it took him a while to get going. And I think it's going to get him a while to get used to the English game. And it was the same for Olaf as well. Olaf are the ones that are just going to take a little bit of time to get in. XG stands for expected goals. So it's a stat measured by the likelihood of shots resulting in a goal. So it's one of the big words, but it's expected goals. So we are 8th in the table for expected goals at the minute, which means we're making the chances, we're just not necessarily scoring them. We always look at the result, don't we? Yeah. The thing is, everyone looked at the result versus Luton. Nobody looked at the performance. The performance was fantastic. We outplayed them. We looked really good. I thought we were in for a chance. Up until that penalty shout and the sending off, we were massively in for a chance and we just didn't take it. And because we didn't finish our chances. And this is the thing. When Ugbo was at Cardiff, he had a pre-season with Cardiff the entire time. And then when he came here, he's not had that pre-season, so he's still getting up to the thing. Speed. Like he said, thing can change for the better. It can. Yeah, but he wouldn't be playing till after the break, so he could be... Oh, that would be good. Aaron and Colony starts for Sunderland versus Hull. That would be fantastic. There's a story in that already, and I like it. Is PC on? It was on. Edgy that I love it, but really only works looking over 15 plus period of patterns and such. It is true, John. To be fair, the problem is we got a very data-driven manager, and he loves the numbers, and he loves all that lot of stuff. Got a free bet from Ladbroke for my birthday. Definitely going on Bannon to go. Yeah, Bannon's about to hit on something quite cool. It's like 106 on goal coming up soon, which is interesting. 29 people watching, 15 like. Get those likes up, people. I much appreciate it. I feel like I'm going to sneeze, but it's not there. We all wait at Watford. And nice. Good luck, mate. Watford are a funny one. They're up and down. Should have 4 out of 6 in the last 2 weeks if it's not... Exactly. When you actually look at it, if it wasn't for the refs, we probably have a bit more. But we have to stop having the thing of BAM where we blame the refs. At some point, it's got to be on the player to go, look, the referees are not giving us out. Sod it. So if you actually look at it, if you win those games versus QPR and Luton, everyone's not having this kind of thing. Everyone's not having this like little thing. They're going, yeah, we got good results versus 2 really good teams, and we go for it. I think you look at the QPR game, Beadle gets sat on. You look at the Luton game, handball. We don't think it is. Some people think it is. Whatever. Doesn't matter what us in the fans think it is. It's what the referee thought it was. And the referee saw it was a handball. And then doesn't give the handball for the goal that won it. You come out of that game with a draw. You are kicking yourself with the chances you had. But you're also going, it was a draw. But it is what it is. So it happens. We've got Bristol City midweek on Wednesday night. We got it on Wednesday night away. I suppose we don't appreciate how much effort we'll be putting training ground. And yeah, this is the thing. There's a lot of work that goes into training. There's a lot of work that goes into the meetings. There's a lot of work that goes in behind the scene. We only see the players for 90 minutes. Where Danny and his staff do the entire week. Like, there's a good opportunity with the game coming up where they can really bed down places and see what's going on. But this is where you're going to need your players to be up to speed and ready. Is that on? If that's not against the rules, I don't know what is. Yep. Bristol City, Wednesday night. Yep. I believe Wednesday night I am doing a watch along for that one as well. So join me there for this one. Bristol City will be good. Hopefully can get 3 points. I personally believe things even themselves out with the season. I'd just like a penalty again. I'd love to know what a penalty is because it's been ages since we've had one. We have a derby at home, then Leeds at home. Hopefully a nice 6-point beat Leeds. Leeds are an interesting one. They're good, but they've got an injury crisis at the minute. Well, a little bit of an injury crisis. It's not really. It's like 2 players out, but they got injuries at the minute. It's a good time to play them, actually. Really good time to play them. Thing is, we got to remember that if you're looking at the league table right now, like generally, if you're looking at the league table right now, we've all played 6 games. We've played 6 games. We got -6 goal difference, which ain't great. We got 12 goals against and 6 goal for. Defensively, we need to do better. Defensively, we need to do a lot better. You've got to think that Cardiff are appointing a new manager. Pompey are going to struggle, I think, to stay around it. Preston and Plymouth will be interesting. I think Plymouth play tonight versus Luton, so that'll be interesting to see who comes out of that one tonight. So it's like, I think there's a lot of things we can take from the games, and let's see where we are. Let's see where I'll come next week. See where we come next week. I thought, I'll just isn't apparently when we get it. Yeah, Wayne Rooney Plymouth. Yeah, sorry. Hang on. I'll give it its due respect it should do. And now entering the field, Wayne Rooney's Plymouth Argyle. There you go. Does anybody watch Pie Faith when he does the away videos? I think I do watch Pie Faith when he does the away videos. They're funny. They're really funny. There'll be teams who have had a good start who will naturally drop off, like Derby and Oxford. Yeah, there'll be teams that'll drop off. There'll be teams that'll come around Christmas that just don't turn up. Like, the thing is, we are known to being a team that doesn't start particularly well. I think having another international break kind of helps us a little bit. when it does turn up, just because it will help us get that last little bit of training you want for some people. And the thing is, it'll be interesting. I'm very interested to see what happened. Preston last season fell away. Yeah, they did. Fuse and McNeil on the bench for me. If they don't get on the bench, don't they need under 20? I kind of think Fuse and McNeil need to be in the team. Derby tend to drop off every year. Apart from last year. Last year they did really well in League One. But yeah, Derby do tend to drop off a little bit. I think the thing is, West Brom drop off a little bit as well. West Brom are a team that's well known to dropping off a little bit. Brentford game is a free hit. Brentford game is a free hit, but you take the Brentford game as just a chance to get more players playing. It's a good cut result though. The thing that was nice about the cut games is that when the draw came in, there was not really any bad game really to go with. They were all good games. They were all either Prem games at least. Oh no, it's an asterisk. Hopefully Derby drop off out of the league at the end of the season. Oh, did I say that out loud? Nah, I don't know what you're saying. No one read that, did they? No one read that, John. The thing is, you look at what? Look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Go from 16th. That's probably what you're fighting towards. Anyone above that, but you got to have a look at it. You got to see what happens. I think there's a lot to be said about this season, and I think a lot of people went up with the huge confidence here, going, "We're going for promotion. We're going to go for it." I don't think it helped when managers and players come out and say they want a top half finish or stuff like that. I get having that confidence, but keep it behind the scenes. Don't put it out loud. Then you give the players and you give the fans that confidence and that expectation. And we of all people should know that you don't give us the expectation, because what normally happens when that happens is you tend to want that, and then if you don't get it, you feel like, oh, that's been a massive backfired kind of thing. Preston player who bit Owen back. He's looking for a long time ban from football. We'll see what happens with that. It all depends who does what. Plymouth game definitely skewered realistic expectation. It did indeed. I know manager change was mostly responsible for our Birmingham friend knows your position only matters in May. That's true. That is very, very true. It's true, some fans expect it far too much from us this season. Some were even. The thing is, when I said at the start of the season, I said I want mid-table. Anything else, massive bonus. Give me mid-table. And I had it last season. I just wanted to survive. I got told I wasn't being expectation. It wasn't being realistic. Why do you just want to survive? Kind of thing. I only wanted to survive because the start we had in the summer, it was a really bad start, and it really could have made us go down. So aiming for survival last season was a perfect thing. And they say, "Oh, let's go for mid-table." Where this season, I want to see the mid-table. It wasn't just you, Glenn. It was other people as well. I had other people say it. But the thing is, this season, aim for mid-table. Then see what happens after that. One of the big things is that we do all think a little bit that DC may be holding us back a little bit. But at the same time, he's here. He backed Danny to the best of his ability that he can do. Some people will still see that as not good enough, but Danny got who he wanted when he needed to. So it's interesting. I would like to see the tap the box more, hence more penalty. Olaf can go, yeah. Olaf was fantastic. Olaf was fantastic, really was. Too true, Barry. However, I must admit, upsetting everyone in League One, he kind of fun this season. Even Danny, before he came last season, I said 23rd would be a good season. Yep. I just want to see an improvement on last season. I'm okay with that. Do you think mid-table is realistic? Why not? Why is it not realistic? Like, Glenn, why is it not? Why is mid-table not realistic? I'm not asking for the world. Like the run we were on last season, near the end of the season, we were like 8th in the form guide. And the point we were getting would have got us into playoffs if we weren't in the position we were in. Kind of thing. I do think it is realistic. I feel more happy now. Chances, yeah, I do. I feel happy now. Keeping a low profile. It's better when it's a low profile. I've got us anywhere from 10th to 13th this season because I just think that that's a realistic target. Like even if we hit 16th, but we're not scrapping it out on relegation day, it's a bit more of an improvement from last season. It's not much of one, but there's a chance of going a bit further on. And all the things you see with Wednesday as late, the way we played, it's been there. The problem is we just haven't taken our chances. Only take off one of our strikers to take a chance and we're there. Nothing against Birmingham, John, mate, but I don't want to see you come up with the season. There's a lot that I don't want to see him to come up with the season. 60 plus. Right. There's still 40 games to go, Glenn. This is what I don't get. There's still 40 games to go. We weren't going to click straight away. 6 games in. It's literally 6 games in. And how do you know it's going to be 60 points plus to get mid-table? It might not be. You don't know what the points are going to be to get mid-table this season. And guess what? We're not near the end of the season. We're 6 games in. If we were 6 games left, I'd be like, oh yeah, we could struggle again and go down. We could struggle again and go down. Like, it would be a good point tally. I agree. It would be an excellent point tally. But we gotta see what happens. Let's see what happens. Let's see where they're at and go from there. Because at the end of the day, there are big chances for to do well this season. As long as people's expectations are of playoffs, like some have said, we have to see what happens. We are literally 6 games in. It is generally mid-table, but you don't think it's not generally all the time. It's going to be that kind of point tally. Like, find the championship table from last season. Last season, it was about 62 to 63 points. We had 53 points last season, right? So we had 53 points. We were 20th. Mid-table was 62. You're not many points away from that. For that, 3 wins. 3 wins would have got mid-table last season. So if you look at where we were last season, Sunderland were on 56, Watford were on 56, Swansea on 57, Millwall 59, Cardiff 62, and Bristol City and Preston your usual mid-tables kind of thing. So if you actually take next season, if we got 60 points plus, we've done better than last season. Like, generally, we will have done better than last season because 53 points saved us. Like, you got to feel for John and Birmingham. 50 points any other season keep you up. Any other season, 50 points keep you up. Plymouth Funnels and Blackburn, 53, 53, 51. QPR did it with a game in hand. Stoke did it with a game in hand, and Sunderland did it with a game in hand. I can tell. I think multiple games last season where we threw wins away too. Yeah. Thing is, we can already see some of the games where we kind of let games slip. Like, if you're looking at it already this season, you put in QPR with one game that went away. You put in Luton game with one that went away. That's the thing. Last season was mad at both ends of the league. It was. We should play up Bo. We need him on point. I agree. Season before, mid-table was late 50s. I was low 64 points. Let's see what happens. But for reminding me, we went down from the Prem 20 to 38 points. That would have kept us up on any other season. Hey, any other season, we get 100 odd points, we go up. 90 points, go up from League One. Any other season, and we had to do playoffs. So I know how it feels. Like we've had it on some seasons where I think the season we got relegated from the Championship. Any other season with the points, we would have probably stayed up. Also, it was something daft. There's been a season where we've been in that same position. So I completely get it, mate. Like I said, it's 6 games in. 6 games in, and a lot can happen. There's still 40 odd games left to go. We shipped a lot of goals. We can all agree that at the back we need to stop looking like we're floundering and just having goal mouth scrambles. That need to be improved. I'd be interested to see what happens when Ben Hamer gets fit. Could Ben Hamer possibly come in for Beadle? I doubt it, by the way. I do doubt it. Have a good one, mate. Right, no time. All the best to get the tech back of the weekend. Cheers, mate. Getting over 90 points and not getting automatically crazy. I agree. Sometimes fans want to run before they can walk. Sometimes I'm one of them. I'll put my hands up. It all depends how you go. Like, thing is, some of our best seasons we've had, we haven't started well. Like, we generally haven't started well, and that's something you have to take into consideration. And I think I can sometimes be one of those fans that goes, we need to walk before we can run. But you have to see what happens. See you next time, then. Have a good one, mate. I hope you're feeling better, by the way, mate. I know you've been suffering with COVID. I hope you're on the mend. Playoffs. So let's see. Let's see what happens. You gotta think. This is Danny Will's first full season in charge of well. He's not coming halfway through. He's not having to use somebody else's players. These are all the players he's wanted to come in. It's his entire backroom staff. You gotta remember, when he came in, it was bits and pieces. He only just started to get bits of his coaching staff in around November time when it got done. So you've got to remember that there's bits of this team and staff that are his. Granted, this week we've had the thing where he's lost one of his analysts back to Germany for personal reasons. I'm going to say it's something to do with just missing home and probably a young family. I don't know if that is the case, but the fact that he's not coming back says that's probably it. We've got a set piece coaching this week, which is something we've all been calling for. We've got a set piece analyst in now. So that should help us in both defending set pieces and attacking them. We actually had that very important key cog there. He's looking at bringing in another analyst to replace the one that's gone. He did say on Thursday that it will be English, an English coach coming in. So we're not having to probably scour some of the European market to see who's coming in, but it will be an English person coming in. So you've got to see there is positives about this. Now, a lot of people have got set up to get smashed at the weekend. I can see both sides of it. We'll see what happens. At the end of the day, it's going to be how we start and how we play. If we play well at home, we should be okay. Home records are normally key as well. You got to remember, League were the first team to give us our loss at home this season. So it'll be interesting. We may need more coach. We may have more coaches than players at this point. Anyone can play centre back. That's perfect. Thing is, that's been the way of football for a while though. There's been a thing where there've been more coaches than there've been players, and I think that's a good thing. I I think having more people who are specialised in one position than it all being on one gaffer or one gaffer and an assistant, I think he's good. Take some of the load off. It'll be interesting to see what we can do with Jamal Lowe. Jamal Lowe's one that I think could step up tomorrow. The team news tomorrow is going to be the thing that gets me. Who we picked in a forward capacity, because I think if he drops Olaf, I mean, that's very cool on Olaf. But I generally think Olaf is more than deserving to start again, like he did versus Luton. 19 people watching, 18 like, get that one like up to make it 19 and 18 the same. 1 win, 1 draw, 1 loss at home. Just need to improve the away form. Yep. Maybe we need to do a European world market to get the commanding centre half back in January. I think it'll be on the cards again. It'll be on the card to get people in that position. I think they already said last week that they're already looking at the transfer market. They're already looking for this season and the season next season transfer market. So the fact that they're already looking for players in those positions help. I'm in favour of anything that modernised the club, and we are starting to have modern. I agree. Right, guys, I've been going for an hour, so I haven't been going for 51 minutes. What have I been going for? 51 minutes. Masaba disappointed. Masaba has disappointed me a little bit. He hasn't looked up to scratch as he was last season. I think there's a confident issue there. I think once the confidence comes, he'll be decent. But yeah, I'm gonna call it quits here. I'm gonna go watch some TV with my missus and chill out for a bit. See if I can get on EAFC. Probably not. The servers are knackered again. I'm glad I didn't play any yet today. I've been playing more farming today. I've got a really good map which is just full of wood, and I need to do it. But yeah, have a good one, guys, and I'll speak to you later.